All right, guys, so I'm switching it up a little bit. Did a podcast style video instead of more of a vlog. And it's my YouTube, so I can do whatever I want. But hopefully, you guys enjoy this. Hopefully, you watch the whole thing. Hopefully, it's not boring. Drop a comment down below what you think. If you have any extra questions you would like to ask either of us, that'd be cool to answer and kind of go from there. This will probably be the only time I do this. I don't know if I really liked it. At the end there, it was really hard to edit and it seemed kind of boring. I got to ask better questions, honestly. But thanks for watching the video. Love you guys. And let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below and have fun watching the YouTube.
How did we first meet? What was your first impression? Do you remember where we first met?
Little old place called Westside Elementary in second grade, I think. What was the second part of it?
Well, what was the first impression?
Oh, I thought you were a track star because we were all running the mile, and then Joe was like, "Oh, watch this, guys!" And then this motherfucker would just be first place, and I don't even know if we hung out really in second grade or third grade. I don't think
so.
we started hanging out till middle school because of random. I don't even know, honestly.
I was trying to remember how, because like obviously we went to West Side, but
Yeah, your mom asked that one time too, and I was like,
we didn't really become friends until like fifth grade ish.
I think I was more friends with Walter.
Yeah.
And then you by association were, and then swapped out Walter for you.
You didn't. Well, you and I weren't even in the same fifth grade class either. Maybe.
Yeah. No.
We knew about each other in elementary school. I don't think we really became friends until middle school though.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really know you that well in elementary school, because we only had
We had Miss Hoffman's, and that was it.
we only had second and third grade together, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
So like you had a different friend group than I did.
Yeah. Elementary to middle school was a big change
But yeah,
too.
middle school was awesome because we were in a ton of classes and we would just like screw around, and it was, dude, it was awesome in middle school.
Yeah.
Because sixth grade I was in Gold House. So were you, right?
Yep.
That's the side.
Yeah, I
of
think we did the same, gold, blue, blue.
Mr. Sticked and like
Yeah.
Mrs. Colville and whatever.
Yeah.
But that was sick because middle school was super fun. And then, well, Boy Scouts was later on, but
Okay, what's
what?
what's the next one?
What was your favorite? What has been a favorite memory of yours from our friendship so far?
I think for me, for all you guys that don't know, we were in Boy Scouts together.
Yeah.
And throwing random stuff off the cliff, like rocks and jugs of syrup. And then obviously we'd clean them up, don't worry. But that was really fun. And then just random stuff of like being like before like the phones and all that kind of stuff, like just being out together with the guys. Like
Yeah,
doing
like
random
before
stuff.
we had any actual like real responsibility.
Yeah.
Just being able to just do whatever we wanted and have
Yeah.
fun.
Or like meeting up on bikes to go to the Mercantile.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
or River Falls days.
Yeah, or that, yeah.
Go bike down there, be there like probably down there all day and afternoon, and then just go
Yeah.
home. That was awesome. Or, obviously, yeah, the Boy Scout camps or what? Oh, dude, church like Sunday school.
Oh,
and
yeah.
confirmation. Oh my God, that was actually fun, even though we didn't really learn anything. But it
Yeah.
was fun as hell.
Yeah, to paint the picture for the viewers here, pretty much Joe and I would get into trouble without actually getting into trouble, and then blame it on someone else.
Yeah.
Or let someone else go the extra mile, and we're like,
So
oh,
then-
we're gonna draw the line here.
So then
but you can do that.
So we
and
wouldn't
then they'll
look
do
as
that.
bad and be like, wait,
Yeah.
why are they supposed to be in trouble, not us?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good shit.
Yeah, it's cool to see the relationship go from like elementary school to middle school to high school to like adulthood.
Yeah.
And like, there's still goals in place at the younger age and stuff, but now it's kind of like, okay, now we can actually craft a future and kind of see where we're going with things.
Something you've learned from me that has been implemented in your life, or that has impacted your life.
I think the biggest thing is like being kind to others, because as a kid I would just like be a dick to people for no reason.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, well, why are you mean to them? I'm like, because everyone else is. I don't know. I don't like them. And you're like, yeah, but why?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't know, because fuck them. And that kind of sparked the thought earlier. It was like, whatever, I don't care about that. But then later in life, it's kind of like, yeah, why why would I do that? That doesn't make
Right.
any sense.
Yeah, and I think it's like kids don't even really realize that until they get older, but because they just like, well, that's what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
So I like that one too. But something I learned from you is kind of like assessing and like reflecting on decisions. So
Mm-hmm.
like you might like make a decision one day, or it might big or small, it doesn't matter, and you might not even like reflect on how that decision may have impacted the direction you're going
Yeah.
day to day or in life. And I think you do that a lot, more than the average person. And from seeing that in you, I've done that with myself, because in the past I didn't really think about how decisions or things that I've done can impact me, just not in the moment, but
Yeah, I mean, being introspective on like almost every decision you make is extremely important
yeah,
because if you're not thinking about every decision you make and like why you did it, then you just keep repeating it. So if you keep doing dumb stuff, you're just going to keep doing dumb stuff because you're not in the mindset of like I keep doing dumb stuff.
yeah. There's people out there that do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What was a moment that made you laugh the hardest in our friendship?
I mean, there's like hundreds, I guess, that
Yeah,
I can think of, but I think, geez,
dude, there's one I remember.
okay, what you got?
Freshman year of high school, in Mr. Silver's class.
Oh yeah,
We're at the top row. I don't even know what class it was. We're on our computers, or like he's explaining something,
mm-hmm.
and then you sent me the picture of
Oh yeah,
Gollum as Taylor Swift, and holy shit, it was so fucking like it was so funny that I couldn't stop laughing. Neither of us could stop
yeah,
laughing, and Mr. Silver is like, "Guys, are we okay?" And we're like, "Shit!" Like we couldn't stop laughing, and it was like, and when you're like not supposed to laugh, it's even
yeah,
harder to stop.
yeah.
And holy fuck, I think that's probably the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. Was that one?
I think similar situation to school was our boy Alex or whatever and Jay were in that class where we were laughing
Yeah.
about some shit. I don't know, but I was like laughing so hard. Our teacher was like, "All right, get the fuck up. Like go sit somewhere else."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "You need to switch spots with someone." And then this random dude that neither of us are friends with, we're like, "I'll sit by Joe. I'll do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, right now. Let me do it." Like grabbed all the shit, like went over there. I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." But then we
Yeah.
just kept making like looks like
Like,
just
fuck,
keep
dude.
laughing for no reason.
Yeah, that was like I think that was probably really early on in that class.
Yeah, and
Like
that just repeated
because
itself
you got to
constantly.
pick where you got to sit.
Yeah.
So we got to sit next to each other, and then within like a few days, she's like, "Okay, you guys can't handle that, so sit
Yep.
across the from each
Yeah.
other." Oh fuck, dude.
Dude, it's crazy. That teacher is probably our age now.
Yeah,
Because
at
she
that point,
just got out of college. She might have even started at like 22.
maybe. Yeah.
So we're older than her now in that point in time. So it's
That's
kind of
wild.
crazy.
And I think she still teaches there, right?
Yeah, probably.
Damn. Um. Let's see. What is a habit or quirk of mine you find amusing or annoying?
Habit or quirk of yours? Jeez, I don't know. You don't really annoy me, honestly. That's like why we're such good friends, because most people annoy me, and I don't know if you really do anything that annoys me.
I'm trying to think of something for you.
Because you're pretty clean, besides the bathroom hair, I guess.
Right.
But Joe just sheds hair like constant, so you can't really help that. I can't really think of anything, honestly. You don't really do anything that fucking annoys me.
What about, well, it says amusing or annoying. Anything amusing?
I mean,
Any
we just fuck with each other all the time. So.
habits? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the biggest thing about our friendship, in my opinion, that makes it work is just like neither of us take anything emotionally.
Yeah.
Like if I am like, "Hey, dude, you need to step it up" or some shit, it's like, yeah, okay. It's never like, "Wow, he's being a dick to me."
Yeah.
And like it goes the same way for either of us. Like I've never thought anything you've said has been like mean or over the line ever.
No, it's nothing. Yeah. It's
And if
never
I'm questioning
personal.
you, it's literally to get a better sense of why you're thinking like that,
Yeah,
or
not
to
to-
maybe get clarification on why you said that or something.
Yeah, because some people will take that and be like you're being an ass. Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that? But I know you're not, so that's why we were able to do that. What are some of the biggest changes you've seen in me since we first met each other?
I think the biggest thing is like starting to kind of set more goals and like to me, I think your earlier goals, like I push you so hard and you're kind of like, whatever, like here's my limit. But now you're kind of like, okay, this isn't even the limit. The limit's fucking way up here.
Right.
So like you've always been setting goals and doing good things, but like your limit for yourself is expanding.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you were very in your comfort zone, but the
Yeah.
comfort zone line that you're willing to cross is just getting further and further as you go along in life.
Yeah. I would say, let's see, for you, what are the biggest changes? I mean, it probably changed pretty. I mean, obviously we met and we started being friends in middle school, but like the change from that to high school was pretty big because like you started like a job at 14.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's people that we know that hadn't had a job until they graduated college.
Yeah.
So, and you ended up being a manager at McDonald's when you were how old? 16?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
That was crazy because showing up, did you work before school sometimes? Or did you always like
Yeah,
go
so
right at,
some days before school I would work like the 5 to
yeah,
like 7:30 shift or something.
yeah,
And then I would get to high school a little bit late, but our teacher was like fine with that.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was, I mean, obviously it happened a while ago, but just taking responsibility like that as somebody that's that young is pretty wild and cool.
Yeah, you don't really know it until you're like looking back on it. Like as a kid, I was just like, oh, I just want some money.
It seemed normal to you, yeah. I mean, it's definitely not common to see somebody going into a job that young and being, somebody that has some sort of managerial, you know, experience like that.
Yeah.
Anything that you've always wanted to ask but never did before?
No, I'm pretty intrusive with Joe. I guess nobody outside of me and Joe, or Joe and I, know that. But if there's ever anything I want to ask, I always ask Joe.
Yeah, I feel the same way with you. Like, if there's something I'm wondering, I would ask.
Yeah, yeah. The opposite. I think Joe's my number one guy to tell shit to as well. For like a lot of my close friends, I'll let them in on most shit, but like for some stuff, it's very very small group of people. It's either Joe or like maybe two others.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I really tell. My circle might even be smaller than that because I don't really tell many people much at all.
Yeah,
But
because we're kind of opposite in that. I like to tell people that I'm gonna do something, so then they kind of hold me to it. Whereas Joe's like, I'm gonna tell you after I do it, just in case it doesn't work out.
right, yeah,
Because I like the fear or the maybe like embarrassment feeling if it doesn't work out to
Yeah.
like make me like, okay, yeah, I need to do this.
true. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, or like what you just described. Like, I just don't like having people knowing everything about me. I guess. Like
Yeah.
what I'm doing, what I'm planning on doing. I just like to keep it to myself, I suppose.
Yeah.
If a friendship was a movie, what genre would it be?
I can't see it being anything other than a comedy, I guess.
Dude, yeah. Just those fucking hilarious movies where it's just funny stuff all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good one. That's everything, I guess.
Sweet. Well, just to keep it normal, I guess, kind of to give the audience something. We're going to like the advice piece, I guess.
Okay.
And like my thing is like it's pretty hard to keep the same friends. Like we have different paths for life, so like Joe's path is here you can actually explain it himself. But my path is like high school, and then I went to the Marine Corps, and then went to college, and now we're living in Florida together. And all that time, lost tons of friends, added new friends, swapped some out.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple constants, and Joe's probably been the only constant in that actually. Whereas most people fall off, as I said before, you add some in. And the reason he's been so constant, and you can say your piece of that, I guess, but when I was stationed in the Marine Corps, Joe still talked to me every day, and he was the only one that did that. And I'm talking every day, every day. I think we had like a 700 snap streak or some shit.
Yeah.
And then even if it was just like a, hey, how's it going? Or just a picture of his face or what he's doing for the day or some Kahoot bullshit at school, it was cool to see like, okay, this dude cares about me enough to think about me at least once a day,
Well, because it was, when you were in Japan, like, it was literally like opposite time zone or whatever. Because, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I would be going to bed.
Yeah.
And I'd send you a snap and be like, all right, good morning.
Like I would wake up to like the old Snap things of like Joe's battery turning off or something
Yeah.
stupid like that. But another thing is like, oh, was I gonna go with this? But yeah, what is your piece of that?
Well, yeah, I was gonna mention that, like, so we've known. Let's see, it's been since like 2009, I would say, because that's when we were in sixth
Hmm.
grade that we've been really good friends. So it's been 15 years already,
Yeah.
and I don't know like lifespan of like average friendships for people, but like,
Hmm.
I mean, there's people that I would hang out with a shitload in college that I
Yeah.
haven't talked to in since,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Because like I remember people I met my freshman year. After that year, I hadn't talked to them like at all.
Yeah.
And like especially since that you and I were literally separated by an entire globe
Yeah.
for years.
Hmm.
It's crazy. And then like we weren't even in like after high school we were never in like the same vicinity for very long. Like we were in Eau Claire for a year together.
Yeah.
And then like even though we still kept in touch, but like that I think multiple times there were chances where like other people's friendships could have fallen off or just kind of just got out of touch. But I think we just related to each other so well and we get along. We've never gotten in like an argument or fight really.
Yeah. I can't think
And
of one. I mean, we've gotten in like little like, dude, shut the hell up kind of shit.
yeah, but
But
like
like
nothing that
nothing that I am like actually mad over.
or I can even remember to be honest. But like I think that's a huge reason why we're still friends 15 years later.
Yeah. Damn, that's a long
Because
time.
like people will hold grudges like for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kills a lot of them.
That and we're chasing the same goal. We just kind of go about it a different way.
Yeah.
And
And we have similar interests. That makes it easy.
yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. And a lot of times people just get upset over small things or, you
Or
know,
people get jealous too.
yeah, that and like girls has never really affected us either because it's always
Dude,
like
yeah, that would, yeah,
fuck
there's some wild
bitches
stories where
type shit.
people like fuck up a friendship over a girl and then they both end up not even being with the girl and at the end. So
Yeah.
it's just like, well, that fucked everything up.
Yeah, just a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I hope you guys like this kind of stuff. Get to know myself, my roommate, my best friend Joe Black. If you have any closing thoughts, I guess you can say whatever your piece is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is going to be, we've just wrapped up 3 months here.
Oh yeah, actually, before we wrap up, let's go into that. So,
Yeah.
to paint the picture for you guys, I called Joe telling him the greatest opportunity on planet Earth is awaiting him down in Florida. And the right when we get here, definitely wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And there wasn't really any false promises. It was more of just like maybe it can happen or, like I guess I was saying like I want to make 100 grand this year. Is that possible? Yeah, it's possible. But it's like, is it possible for me to bench 315? Yeah, it is. But how much work am I going to need to put into that to get that result within a year time frame? Is it really possible? Maybe. But we both came down here for that, and it actually turned into a great thing. Joe just got a fantastic offer from a great company, which he starts next month, and that's going to go well for him, I assume.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's kind of like the decision-making thing, as we said before. Like the decision to come down here probably would have never led you to this, and you're almost doubling your income from 3-4 months ago. It just took an obstacle in your way to kind of point you to that direction. But that didn't happen, this would have never happened. So it's kind of a chain link event.
Yeah, and I don't think, I mean, I wanted to come down here. Obviously, I wanted to, working with you would have been awesome, right?
Yeah,
And then, obviously that didn't work out, there. But we're still in Florida. We're still roommates, and we still get to hang out all the time. So I don't really see it's not a devastating, it was 3 months.
yeah,
Who
exactly.
cares? And it's whatever. I didn't, nobody fucking died. Nobody got hurt. So
Yeah, at the end of the
there's
day,
no-
we learn quite a bit within a short time
Oh
frame,
yeah,
too.
definitely learned a ton. Definitely can appreciate the experience and things that we learned and things that we experienced. But yeah, so like Ryan said, like probably wouldn't have gotten this opportunity if we didn't come down here in the first place.
Hmm.
Probably would have still been living in Minneapolis.
Yeah, because yours specifically is a hybrid, so you never definitely would have gotten that opportunity. And
Yep.
it's more of just like being in the headspace of things. Like, There's a Marine that kind of taught me about that when I was in, where like you need to be in like certain situations to be in the headspace to be able to do things. Like if you're out in the like if you never go in the woods ever, you're never ever going to be in the headspace of like how do I survive, or like if shit hits the fan, like what should I do? Same thing with like if you've had money fed to you your whole life by your parents and
Yeah.
never really had any real obligations or responsibilities, you're never going to be in the headspace of like how do I invest? How do I grow this money? Shit, I don't really have that much money. How do I get out of this situation
Yeah.
and go on and do great things? So if you're never in situations where it kind of pushes you to be a little bit better and you're just coddled your whole life, you're never going to amount to anything extremely successful unless by grace of God, like, it just kind of falls in your lap.
Yeah, for sure. Life experiences can definitely shape how, you're able to live your own life. So,
Yeah. Last question I'll close on is where do you see yourself in 10 years? And then where do you see like us, I guess, in 10 years?
10 years from now, damn. So that would make us 30.
Let's just say at 30, 35.
Okay, so when we're 35, dang. I don't know where I'd want to be physically. Um, who knows if I'll ever go back to the Midwest? Who
Yeah.
knows if I'll be in Florida? I don't know. I do like it here. But in terms of, I want to be part of a family. I don't know if I want kids. I have no clue about that.
Yeah.
Definitely would like to be married by then. Um, but I'd like to be able to have myself in a position where I don't have to absolutely grind for 40 hours a week,
Yeah, absolutely,
and live in
dude.
an office.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to obviously like have the option if I want to, absolutely churn out some cash, but I'd like to be able to kind of have my own life and not have to worry about reporting to somebody or completing all these tasks for people. I just want to kind of be able to be the manager of my own life through the fact that 10 years from now I hopefully in a position at a company where I can do that. And then with us, I think 10 years from now, damn, that'd be, yeah, honestly, I think we would probably, like have our own families and lives at that point, but obviously we'd still be friends. Who knows what the future holds with that, but obviously we'd still be really close, wherever that like takes you or I.
Yeah.
But like we know in the past, it doesn't matter kind of like how far physically we are from each other. We're still really good friends.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to kind of like pull apart different things from that question, I guess, because like for me personally, I guess I'm always progressing like monthly, yearly, in that kind of scale. So it's been weird the last 3 months. I haven't progressed at all. If anything, I've gone back. And that's probably the first time that's happened to me since I first got that job at 14, which is super weird. And it's kind of like a shell shock thing to me. So I guess by 35, same thing, I'd like to be married. I don't know about kids either. It's kind of like we'll wait and we'll tackle that when we get there kind of thing. But as far as a job too, like at the start of 35, I really want to shift towards more of the rental property, investments on stocks, stuff like that being my main source of income. But I mean, if I'm not at that point, then I'm not at that point. Because I would like to be like semi-retired at 40 and really just dive into myself and my own business instead of working for someone else, kind of. Because you're either fulfilling your dream or you're fulfilling someone else's by working for them. So, I don't know, I guess. But as far as us, I don't know. I really don't see us like not being in contact in the next 10 years. There's no way that'll happen. But as far as like same town, same place, I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That's definitely a tough question, but I hope that we're in the same situation. But if we're in the same situation, like living together at 35, that's gonna be like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I think having a roommate at 35 is a red flag. Like, what the fuck happened? But
Yeah, I mean, unless we're just in some huge mansion or something, I guess, and you have your section of the
yeah,
house or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But hopefully, good things to come. I have no doubt that there
Right.
will be, obviously, but
yeah. If you asked us that question 10 years ago when we were
yeah, I mean, I'd be super proud of us
16.
where we
Yeah, I'd be
were.
like, holy shit, really? Damn.
I'd be like, damn, I suck at hockey, and like, I'm gonna
'Cause
join the Marine Corps
we
and
would
do that.
be sophomores in high school then. 16.
Yeah,
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, from high school me to now, I'd be like, damn, you're killing it way more than I thought. And I think it's the same for you.
Yeah, would never expect something like this. I honestly didn't have a vision, I guess, in high school either. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be making the amount of money at your age with no debt, I think, right?
right,
Pretty much, yeah. Like, that's insane. Because you can always like people say the comparison is the thief of joy, and I hate that. Because it's like no, comparison is the gift of joy. Because you can see like where you're at. Because with there's no baseline for anything, then you don't know if you're good or bad.
yeah,
Like you have to know where other people are at to know if you're ahead
yeah.
or behind.
I like to I don't compare myself to other people maybe as much as you do.
Yeah.
I like to compare myself to like my own like me.
Yep.
So like I like to compare myself to what I was like last year or the year before or a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can, I guess, in my mindset, you can always compare yourself to people, and depending on who you compare yourself to,
Yep.
you can either be like super satisfied in your position or absolutely like crushed in where you're at. So
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say I'm ever trying to like get to them or like hell yeah, I'm way better than them. It's more of just like a comfort in knowing like okay, this is kind of where I'm at
yeah,
in comparison to like the rest of the world. Because sometimes you're just like, damn, dude, everything's just falling apart, blah blah blah. But you're like, well, I don't have $100,000 worth of credit card debt, so that's pretty cool.
yep,
But I can't bet 315, so
yeah,
there's room to grow and there's room
things
to
to
look down
celebrate.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Tune in next Monday to another video.
How long was that? That seemed like a while.
28 minutes.
Damn. Damn. Yeah.